So I have a friend, it's more of a she thinks I'm her friend situation, that I'll call T, that often harasses myself and my other friend J. She's a classmate at a residential school I attend, and I've known her for several years, but never really been able to shake her. Now, as far as weeaboos go, she could be a lot worse, as she's just really annoying. When I first told her I liked anime, under the impression that she was your average fan, she immediately started squealing and gushing. This was my first warning sign. I knew I had opened a can of worms, but couldn't find a way out of the conversation. After I told her of my interests, I couldn't shake her. We don't have many students here, so it's really impossible to hide. She was mostly obsessed with Naruto and Vocaloid and refused to speak of anything other than anime in the beginning. To give a bit of insight, here are some of the things she does. I rather like J-pop, so every time I was singing along to music somewhere on campus in earshot, she'd ask me what the song was, what show it was from, what show it was about, and so on. She'd also continuously call me Noriko-chan, to my annoyance, and Jay, Prima-chan. She still does these things to this day, and apparently gives these random nicknames to any student. Eventually, she got bad enough that whenever I so much as mentioned a new anime-like game, or anything Japanese at all, the questions would not stop. Additionally, when I would sit down at lunch, she screams for me until she finds me. Relentlessly. One time I attempted not to answer, another student gave in and told her where I was, since she had been screeching my name for over 5 minutes. Additionally, she's the type that acts like a cat, wears cat ear headbands to class, and believes anime to be real. Finally, I write stories, and this is not a good situation. Upon making the mistake of telling her about one, she became convinced it was real and talked for weeks about how she talked to one of my characters. Jay eventually told me how T got into anime. It turns out that T had been really obsessed with a movie called Avatar before I transferred to the school. Jay got really annoyed with it, so she got her into anime because she thought that it would be better than her obsessing over one movie forever. In retrospect, I really don't think it turned out any better, especially because of what happened later. Jay and I hung out with her for a long time because we had left bad for her and everyone else was practically hating her. We eventually saw why, as on top of her habits, she's very mean and will curse at anyone who tells her that anime is not real or to stop dressing or obsessing so much, and well, does anything to disagree with her. We figured this out around 2 years ago. Not even a flat-out, I don't want to be your friend, or an insult will deter this girl from following us to the ends of the earth. Now at our school, we have yearly Japanese visitors. They come from Kyoto, Japan to study at our state's biggest university and always visit our school for a couple hours. Since T knows no limits, she ended up terrifying one such visitor. I had just switched over classes and the Japanese students were wrapping up a conversation with T. I speak a limited amount of Japanese, so I introduced myself. One of the students approached me, laughing awkwardly, and dropped his voice. In broken English, he essentially told me, "That girl's scary," and nearly ran out of the room. Another one asked me why T repeatedly saying, "Holy future rocks," in broken Japanese. All I could do was shrug and give a sorry. This year, I was given the position of tour guide for our yearly visitors. Thankfully, my group did not encounter T. I asked some of my friends in her classes if she had scared one this year. It seems she was off campus at the time, so our school dodged a bullet of its reputation this time.